Ken here with DYC Studios, and if you watched my last video, you know that I mentioned Adobe Express Beta is now out of the beta phase. That's right, Adobe Express Beta is now the new Adobe Express. I have to keep that in my mind. All right, in that last video, I showed how you can create QR codes that never expire, which is great for marketers. Also, how you can use the content scheduler to schedule your content and posts for various social media platforms, and how you can resize your graphics and designs to work as other posts, which is great for marketing campaigns. If you're using Facebook or Instagram stories or TikTok, you can easily resize your creations so they can work on multiple platforms and for multiple campaigns. How cool is that? Today we're going to explore a little bit more of the new Adobe Express, so let's dive into the studio. So here we are in the Adobe Express page. Woo, loving it already. Adobe Express, level up. Make amazing work that stands out with generative AI powered by Adobe Firefly. Design flyers, TikToks, resumes, and reels with the all-new, all-in-one Adobe Express. Create easier, dream bigger, learn more. We're just going to scroll down, check out what's all on this intro page just so you can see. Get started with the all-in-one editor right there. Create fast generative AIs and one-click quick actions. Tongue got tied right there. Convert your PDFs, remove background, resize images, convert. So much you can do. Look at all these things. And the QR codes, which I taught you guys yesterday, in the past video, depending on when you watch this. Tons of templates. How awesome is that? Level up with Adobe Express. Videos made easy. Drag, drop, impress. Add Adobe stock videos and music quickly for social videos that stand out. No experience necessary. See, you don't even have to be a graphic designer or an illustrator to get started. You can just dive in and create stunning images. How cool is that? Drag, drop, and edit PDFs. Drag and drop your existing PDFs into Adobe Express. Add design elements, backgrounds, and animations. Oh my goodness. Work together, collaborate with your team in your Adobe Express files to save time in real time. All for one, all in one place. Collaborate now. Build your brand. Brand kits make it easy to stay on brand with Adobe Express. All your fonts, colors, and logos ready to drop into any design. Discover brand kits. All right. And here you see just a little bit more information right there. So I'm just going to click this button. I'm already logged in, and it's going to take us into Adobe Express. So here we are in the new .express.adobe.com page. So the new Adobe Express page. How cool is that? Now, there is a lot of things that I could show you guys on here today, but I think we're going to keep it fairly simple. We're going to do one thing, but we're going to have a lot of fun with it because there's a lot that you can do on this. And I think we're going to do text to image. Now, this is still in the beta phase because Firefly is still in the beta phase, but eventually this will come out. So this is the one little thing that is in beta, and then text effects is in beta. So you can't really use this for commercialized work, but it is a lot of fun. And I can tell you, playing around with the generative AI and Firefly is really addictive, and I have spent several hours doing that. In fact, I even created an Instagram page that is especially for Firefly that I haven't updated in a while, and I probably should go on there and update because I've created a lot of things in Firefly, so it'd be kind of fun to showcase some other cool things on there as well. So we're going to try something now. If you've watched my weekly live streams for the Adobe Education Leaders Program on Behance, you probably heard or know that I have a whippet named Rue. So I have a doggy. All right, and when I'm streaming, sometimes you'll hear him go clickety, clickety, clickety through the hallway with his little paws, or he'll come through here and he'll nudge me and put his head up and want a little scratch on his head, you know. But he doesn't do that all the time because he is kind of camera shy. But anyways, I do have a dog, and he does take up a lot of my life, I would say. He's kind of like having a kid. So we're gonna have something fun, okay? We're gonna create a post that is dog related, and we're going to use generative AI, and we're going to make it Whippet themed. Okay, now again, there's a lot you can do with this. So I'm going to do Whippet wearing a leather motorcycle jacket. Okay, I'm going to say factory background with pipes and steam background. I don't know why I'm typing background twice, but sometimes I do that just for fun. I'm going to say photo realistic because I could say illustration, but I want it to be photorealistic. I'm going to put high resolution and highly detailed. These are things that I just use. There's a lot of different prompts that you could do, and if you hover over these, you can see examples of what people have used other times. In fact, you can open this up right there and kind of play around with it and see. So we're going to hit generate and see what the AI comes up with. Now right here you can see the text, you can see the content type and stuff. Ooh, look at that guy right there. He is handsome. All right, he kind of reminds me of Negan from The Walking Dead. Easy squeezy lemon peasy. Right? Is that right? I don't know. Anywho, let's click on this right there. You got another one right there. Right there. Okay, we're going to do, and the great is you can click load more. So you can always come up with other ones. All right, you're not limited. Oh, this guy's nice. That guy's really nice. Ooh, I love that background right there. This guy looks cool. Look at those. Looks kind of like a sci-fi kind of thing. There we got a Whippet standing right there wearing a leather coat. I like that. That looks nice. And now there are reasons why AI messes up sometimes, but this one hasn't really messed up. His tail looks a little wonky in the back, but there are some things that, you know, cause it, because think about like AI going into a museum and looking at pictures. It doesn't really see how images work or how parts work or move. It just knows there's pieces, and then it tries to make sense of it. That's why you might see like hands with multiple fingers or animals with multiple legs or things of that nature. All right, just gonna click one more time just to see what comes up, just out of curiosity. Also very similar to the one right here, very similar to that kind of style of jacket. All right, click on this. All right, nice. Now we can change this a little bit and it's gonna give it a different look. So let's do a leather, and let's just get rid of motorcycle and put steampunk jacket, and let's change it to and steampunk hat. Okay, click enter. See what happens. If you just change a couple words, it can mean the world of difference when creating AI. Look at this guy right here. Ooh, this one's kind of cool right there. That one looks a little funny. Let's see what the next four are. Again, like you could play with this for hours. This one, he looks, don't put hats on me. So I got a little baseball cap for Rue with, it's blue with little pizzas on it, little cartoon pizzas, and I put it on him, and he'll wear it, but I won't take him out walking in it, but he'll wear it, but he doesn't really want to wear it for very long. And I got it, my wife laughed, but kind of like that face is what he gives me. Daddy, don't put clothes on me. I don't put things on him. Okay, sweaters when it's cold out, because Whippets have thin fur, and you know they're not have a lot of fat on them, so they need to have a jacket on in the wintertime. But these are cute. These are kind of fun. But let's change this up completely. Let's do Whippet wearing a colorful sweater and beanie hat, and I'm gonna say background is an office with desks and potted plants and see what comes up. I should have hit period there, but maybe it'll do it. Oh, that's kind of that's funny. All right. They got overly colorful. Look at that guy right there. Looks like he's about to go to a reggae party. Let's see. I might change the colorful. This guy's kind of cute right there. Let's do... brightly colored sweater and beanie hat. I might change it to beanie cap and see what happens as well too. He looks in shock. Oh, this is kind of nice. I do like that one. Also looks very in shock. This one's cute. That one's really cute. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, so if I right click on this, I can actually crop. And then I can either do freeform, original, or something like this. Let's do a circle. There we go. And I'm just gonna resize this a little bit. We're gonna make a bring your dog to work day post, okay? Something like that, okay? Let's get a background. Let's type in colorful background. All right, hit enter, and let's see if we can find a background. Ooh, this one's nice right there. I like that. Make this a little bit bigger, and I'm just gonna scale this or drag this over, something like that. And now I'm gonna hit send to back. So I'm just right clicking and sending back, and there we got our little doggy right there. That's nice. Now we need some text, right? We need some kind of text for this. So let's click on text. We're gonna add our own. And I am just going to type in, let's say, I don't know, bring your dog to, whoops, work day. All right, something easy, something peasy, something cool, right there. All right, now I don't necessarily like that one, so I'm just gonna change this. Maybe we type in sketch and see what comes up. All right, where is, I think there's one called cabin sketch that's really nice. Right there, look at this. Well, it might help if I highlight it and then type in cabin sketch. Right there, that looks kind of cool. So we got this like bring your dog to work day. He's kind of happy, right? Now we need a date, right? We need a date for this. When is this taking place? You know, we want our employees to know. So let's say August 31st, 2023. And let's just bring this down here. We can adjust the size a little bit. Now you could adjust the size right here as well. You can do all these kind of fun things with it. All right, but I'm just kind of keeping it kind of basic. I'm just gonna move this a little bit over. Something like this. And look how it's lining the A up with the center of the whippet picture. That's kind of nifty. I like how it'll line things up. Okay, now we could do a lot of fun things with this. Let's click on the August. Now, if we want to do the August 31st and have it animated, we can just scroll down and we can click animation. We can do in and outs, we can do looping. I'm just gonna click on this just so you can see. So if you hover on it, it'll show you what it looks like. It gives you a nice preview. That's kind of nice. Maybe we click on this. All right. Now we could do an out too, so we could do shrink. So let's just hit play. Then it's there. And now it's gone. That's kind of nice. Now, what if we want to just add something fun? I like this design. I like where it's going, all right? Let's do something fun. Let's go back into our media. Let's look for paw prints. There's this one, there's this one. I'm just looking for one, something kind of nice. Oh, this one's not so bad. I think this one actually has more paw prints than that. They're tighter. So I might go for that one. Just scrolling down just to see. I'm going to try this. I know it will work with the one. So if I click on this, and then let's try remove background. Look at that. Look at that. Almost, not 100% perfect, but almost. I'm going to do a different one. Because I think this one actually does it really nice when you do remove background. Because I've used this one before. Yeah, see, there we go. All right, and then I'm just gonna rotate this a little bit and kind of maybe get a little more doggy prints. Okay, so I want to send this backwards. Send it backwards one more time. Should be, there we go. So we got our doggy prints coming out from under the photo. Something like that. That's kind of cute. I kind of like that. That's nice. Now we have this nice little bring your dog to work day graphic that we could share on social media. We could maybe embed into a newsletter. You know, the other cool thing is if we want it to be longer right now, I think it's at like 5 seconds. So we want it to be longer, we just drag this out. But I'm going to keep it at 5 seconds. You can actually add multiple animations and add, or video and add transitions and all kinds of crazy stuff. I mean, the video portion, and maybe I'll do another video on it as well too, for YouTube, that explains how to do video on Adobe Express. So let me know in the comments below if you would like that, because I could do that. But I think, you know, I'm happy with this. I do like how it looks. It's 5 seconds long. Doesn't need to be so big. You know, August 31st pops in 2023 and it pops out. Bring your dog to work day. Right? I do like that. We could even change the color of the font, but I do like that, you know, black pencil kind of look to it. I'm going to try to click share. So when you hover over it, you can see share your work instantly. And there you go. So if I wanted to invite a collaborator, so let's say you watching this video, let's say you're on my team, right? And I want to collaborate with you on this. You know, we're planning this big event. We're going to have dog food. We're going to have doggy treats. We're going to have plush toys. We're going to have pillows for them to sleep on. You know, we're going to have little doggy activities, maybe doggy ice cream, puppuccinos. You know, we're working on this together, okay? You at home and me. You're my new colleague. How about that? So if I had your email address, I could invite you to collaborate. And then in real time, we could work together on this design. That's kind of cool. Or you could comment on it, right? And maybe you go, hey, Ken, you know, I don't like those paw prints, get rid of them. Or, you know, I don't like that background, or that font doesn't work for me. You know, we could work together. Or maybe you go, I love it, Ken, it's perfect. Keep it the way it is. You know, it could work that way, right? We could also publish to web. We could schedule it as a post. Remember in the last video, I showed you how you could schedule it as a post. So if you've already set your social media things on there, like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, or LinkedIn, you can upload it already from here. I don't even have to go into save, upload, whatever. I can do it directly here. How cool is that? All right. Now, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to share right now. Nobody is up right now. I'm filming a little bit later this evening. So, you know, nobody is awake. Well, maybe in the US. So I'm just going to download it. And then even right here, I can also, so you can see, click collaborate or invite. So I'm going to download this, right? I'm just going to download this as an MP4 and source size. Let's do 1080. And then it downloads. And I'll open it up real quick as well too. Takes a couple seconds. Then we got a nice post. A nice post for our colleagues who have doggies. All right, I'm just gonna double click on this, open it up just so you can see. Right there. And you see it goes in and out. Really nice, really cute, really fun. Bring your dog to work day. We could do all kinds of things. We could create ads, we could create videos, we could create all kinds of things in Adobe Express. It's really like, if you're new to design, you can learn this really quickly. Like the learning curve is not high. You can learn it fast, and you can really create good designs or edit little videos in like, God, maybe less than 15 minutes, maybe 15 to 30 minutes, and you're golden. You're going to be a pro at this. All right. So I like this. We got our cute little whippy. We got some paw prints. We got, bring your dog to work day. We got a little graphic right there that pops up that says, what day, because, we want to have the special day because we're going to have all those treats and those little bean bags for them to sleep on and puppuccinos and all that fun stuff. We're going to go all nerded out for the dogs. All right. Hopefully all our colleagues are like dogs. All right. So we have this right there. I think it's really cute. I think it's awesome. So once again, we've had fun with the new Adobe Express. So with the last video, with this video, you really get a lot of tutorials on how you can use Adobe Express, not only as a marketer, but even just creating fun and cool posts. Today we used a little bit of generative AI, and then we took that image that we created and made a post out of it, animated the text, and then I showed you a little bit of how you could kind of collaborate with somebody. Sadly, I don't have anybody awake right now that we could collaborate with, but theoretically you could collaborate with somebody and create an awesome post. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. If you liked the video and liked this tutorial, please let me know in the comments below. This way I can make more. And if you did love it, make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, make sure you click follow, and make sure you click notify, because there's always cool content coming up on the DYC City Studios YouTube channel. So I've had fun. I hope you've had fun. And as always, happy creating.